Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted my last video. I was a little busy with everything, but within that time I got the last two guys for Devastator, so I'm going to review them. And I don't know if I'll fit in Devastator in this video. I might fit him in another one just to do that. But we'll just take a look at the packages first. Got Scavenger and Mixmaster. I actually got Mixmaster today, so Scavenger I had for a couple days before him. But lovely artwork. You got the rest of that there. He's a deluxe class. You got Devastator right there, number 4 of the 5 or 6 technically. You got the scene where the Constructicons were trying to destroy Teletran 1. That's what that whole scene is, and they were fighting the Dinobots. You got all that. That's it for that box. And for this one, you got him looking all Mixmastery from the movie. Rest of that. You got Devastator again, number 5. And you got the same scene out there. And tells you the whole story behind the photo, I guess. Or at least part of it, but yeah. And now let's get to these two. Let's start with Scavenger. How about that? I really love how Scavenger is. I think out of all of it, I actually like how his face is. It kind of reminds me of some type of sentry. You know, it's cool. And you got that going on. You can take this off if you really wanted to. Just do that, and then you can put his bucket here. Oh no, you can't. Never mind. I thought there was a peg on there. It's on the other end, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is. All right. So in the box, it came apart this way, just for space, I guess. But I thought you could attach it, but I guess not. I guess not. Well, that sucks. That would have been cool. And they kind of just took the treads from Bone Crusher, or yeah, no, Bone Crusher would be more accurate. And yeah, just got they got a similar mechanism there, but they changed a little bit of the design on the sides here. And they obviously changed the color of the plastic. And you got his arms there. His head is, I think, on a mushroom peg. Yeah, it's on a mushroom peg, so it can't really go up, but it can go down due to transformation. You can do a full 360 with his head there. Full 360 with his arm. And go out about that far. About 90 degrees bend at the elbow there. Can't go backwards. You don't have wrist rotation, but due to transformation, you can do that if you really wanted to. Nope, he does not. He does not have waist rotation. He has leg rotation. His leg can go forward about that far, backwards, I think farther. Yeah, I think it may be a little bit farther. Yeah, farther. He could probably kick himself in the back of the head if he really wanted to. And then you can do about the full splits. And I think you do, yeah, you have ankle tiltage. Lots of it. And I guess if you really wanted to, you can do that with his toes. But I think that's it for as far as... I guess you can call this articulation for his robot mode if you really wanted to. Just do that, and then... yeah. That's an option. Options are good. And now we look at Mixmaster, which... he's a pretty good... I actually love how freaking bulky this guy is. He's pretty cool. I love the design of him. Got a lot of that. I think there's only one part of him that I really hate, and it's his arms. And there's an upgrade kit that improves his arms like really good, and I didn't realize how much you really would want it until I got this guy. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I don't think I've ever had a figure that was like this, but there's no additional bend at the elbow or anything like that. But that's just terrible. That's just, I don't like looking at it like that. It just makes me ugh. Yeah, I didn't realize how bad that was until I saw that. And I don't know if it's on a... yeah, it's on a ball joint. His head's on a ball joint, but you could barely get to his head. So you can kind of barely move it. Or, you know, you would have to get something. If you had tiny hands, you could probably do it. I'm not even going to try. His arms go rotate full 360, sorry. I can go up that much. I mean, I guess you could do a little higher if you really wanted to, because of the double hinge there. He has arm rotation. Oh, all right. I guess I shouldn't do that, but I just did that just to show you. 360 around his upper arm here, and about 90 degrees at his elbow. Yeah, it would be his elbow. I don't know. I still don't like that. Anyway, he does not have wrist rotation. It's just one solid piece, really. Looks like it was pegged in or something. I don't know. Never even got to look at him, did we? I'll do that in a minute. Let's go out about that far. Go backwards about the same. Do the full splits and then some. We got 90 degrees bend at the knee. I don't think you could do that with... oh no, you probably could. You have leg rotation and you got ankle tiltage. And you could move all of this, but it's really just for transformation. So I wouldn't do it if I were you, whoever's watching this. And what I forgot to show on him is that there is 90 degrees bend at the knee there. Clips in there. I couldn't see it. They're really good at doing that with the guys with the treads on their legs. Accessory. Oh no, let's get a good look at him, because I just showed you everything else before I can even show you what he looks like. I really like his head sculpt. I don't know why, it's just really cool. I really like it. And they put some, I mean, other than the way this whole arm looks, I love the design they put on it. That's the part I like about his arms. That's probably the only part I like about his arms. Got Decepticon symbol as belly. Nice design. Well, I wish they would have done the same thing with I think they did it with Lawn Hall, where they put like a bunch of the like pipes designs and all that in his legs. That would have been awesome. And obviously you just got the back of the front of the truck. And you got the mixer here. And you cannot move this, just letting you know. Yeah, and you could, if you really wanted to. You could take this off. I don't know what you would do with it. I mean, there is a peg there. You could, I don't know if you could. Could you? No, but could you do this? No. Nope. No. Okay. How is this? I forgot how this. Oh, it goes like that. Yes, it goes like this. Yep, there you go. Sorry, I just wanted to check that out. But they did do a little design in his chest, kind of similar to Lawn Hall. Not as detailed as Lawn Hall's was, but wait, actually, maybe it is about the same detail. Because I just realized this would be the belly of his truck mode, because it would be like that. Yeah, so that would be maybe the gas tank. I don't know. I just realized that. Excuse me, I'm been a little sick. Alright, now accessories, which I just put away. Alright, give me a second. Okay, I got it. Took a second. So they both come with guns. Let's see. So this is Scavengers. It's kind of like a... Actually, I have no idea what you would call this. It's a blaster. There you go. It's got the ammo clip on the side here. A little scope. Oh, that's cool. I don't know what that's for, but it's neat. And for storage, I'll show you that first. Where was it? It was on his claw here. Pretty sure. Am I a dummy? I thought I saw it. I might be a dummy. Hold on. Yeah, no, it's not on here. I don't know why I thought it would be on there. Oh, yeah. No, it is on here. Yeah, it would be on his butt. There you go. I don't know. You could do that if you really wanted to, honestly. I think another... No. For some reason I thought it would be on his claw. They did that with... another figure that I have. I forgot which. I don't know. I thought it'd be on there. But anyway, who cares about storage? We would rather see it on his hand. And he would start blasting everything. If I could get it down there. There you go. Bam. Alright. And now for Mixmaster's gun. This is hilarious. It kind of reminds me of the, what's that one? It kind of looks like a pistol with a silencer on it. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Silent but deadly. Oh, that's so stupid, but yeah, it's so funny. Anyway. Actually, I think no, I don't see any storage on here. It didn't show in the instructions either, so there you got that. And that's it for accessories. But you guys probably want me to do the whole Constructicon team up. So we'll take these. Let's take this off. And it's gonna take me a minute because I left it in a place it's gonna take me a minute to get to. 1 second. Okay. Alright, that took me a minute. Anyway. Let's get these the guys all set up. Get them. Let's see if I can get them all in one shot. Yeah? And scrapper. And let's just do all that. Maybe adjust the camera just a tiny bit. Like so. There you go. I also did some research on who was the leader of the Constructicons. I figured it was this guy, but I wasn't 100% sure. It's Scrapper. Scrapper is the leader of the Constructicons. I just need to be 100% sure. I figured it was him. But, you know. I had to make sure. But hey, that's the full Constructicon crew. Yeah. Ain't that great? Alright, let's get rid of the other 4. Just put them off to the side. Don't need them right now. And we're gonna have fun with these 2. Alright. You know what? Let's put him over to the side as well. We're gonna transform this guy first. Okay. Let's start with his head. You open this flap on his chest here, and you put his head down, and you just close this back up. You take his wrists, put him in, do it on the same side, like so, and then you just leave him alone. Take his heel and his toe, collapse them together, each side, leave those alone. Now you gotta mess with all this. So it's a little tricky, especially on this side. So what you gotta do is you gotta take this whole section here. If I'm right. No. Sorry. Otherwise you're gonna break this. You gotta unclick this piece right here. It's tabbed in. It's there's a slot and there's a tab there. This is the cab of his alt mode. And you raise this part up. And then as you go, it's a little bit tricky, especially of how this is all set up. You push this down, it unclicks. And as you do that, you bring this over and all that good stuff. And then you tab this into that slot collection right there. Sorry, I was a little off camera. Just do all that. Then the cab just tabs in right there. Slot tab. Then you gotta make sure everything's lined up. You can probably get this out of your way now. And I have tried my hardest to make sure this was in there, but I think there's just a tiny bit of plastic that's in the way. And part of me wants to shave it, and a part of me just says, just leave it alone, because I might screw something up. And it's taking like everything in me not to freaking shave it, because look, it's kind of off. But as long as it does its job, it's fine, right? And you do say that on this side, except you don't have to worry about the cab. So basically, you unclick this, make sure it's all lined up, and it also on the same side, there's a slot there, and a tab and a slot there. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place today. And then you just make sure this whole section is on there. And now, what you gotta do next is rotate these. And there is a slot on his hip. And a tab in this gap here. And his leg. And you just do that. And there's a slot right there. A tab on his chest. Where the arms would tab in. And save data on this side. If I can get the leg to go around. And you got, if I can just get that tab in. There you go. Alright. Oh, didn't close the toe all the way. Does this rotate? No, it doesn't. Okay, I just wanted to make sure something. And you got that going on. Alright, let's put this guy up to the side. This guy like all the way over there. And then we bring it back. Mixmaster. Alright. Honestly, I think out of all of them, this guy's like the simplest one to transform. Honestly. So, all you have to do is really, you take this, you untab it, bring it out, you fold this all the way out, and then you bring that back in. There you go, you got that all set up. Then with his legs, Sorry. Anyway. Almost had the sneeze there. And then you undo these. You tab his whole legs together. Doesn't matter in what order you do. You either do this first or you do that first, honestly. Doesn't matter as long as it gets done. Sorry, it's raining where I am. You might hear that squeaky sound. And then what you gotta do next. So this is his knees are kind of double jointed. So what you gotta do is you gotta take this whole section here and do this, like so. So it's looking like that. And then you bring this whole section down, if you can, to make sure everything's lined up. And then do that. And then as you're doing that, raise his whole upper body up. And then right basically on his butt plate, it clips in right. Oh no, in the center of that area. Basically in this, on the underside of his crotch, it tabs in right there. And this, yeah. And there you go. Got that all going on there. That's funny. Anyway, you got that done. You're basically more than halfway there. And now, what you do now is you raise his arms up on both sides, and there is a tab there, or no, there's a slot there. Sorry, and I'm off camera again. And there's a tab there. Do that, and then on his arm, there's a whole tab here, and a slot connection there. And you basically make sure it's all lined up pretty good, and it goes in. And it's the same thing on this side. If I got it lined up correctly, which I don't think I did. Oh no, I did that wrong. My bad. You gotta raise his chest plate up first. And then you can do that, because it's in the way. Otherwise, you're going to break them, and you don't want to do that. Then you do that, and you do that. And then what you do with this chest plate, it just, there's tabs right there, slots right there. And then with his feet, take his toes here, bring those up, and his heels just go in like so, and go in like so. And then there you go. Me personally, I think this one is like the easiest one to transform out of all of them. Alright, now let's bring the other one back in. So, let's start with Scrapper. So he does not have wheels on his treads. So he just slides. That's, honestly, all he does is slides. Yeah. And it does that? Yeah, seems uneven. That really does bug me. It does so much. And I might do something about it later, but not now. Let's start with the claw. As far as articulation goes, it's really just in the claw. Or the bucket, whatever you want to call it. Do a full 360 there. You can go back that way, go forward that way. It goes up and down like so. And the bucket can move too. You can do that. And that's basically it for articulation. And yeah. Well, I guess for his gun, you could store it right there. And there you go. You got storage in alt mode. Hooray for storage. And on Mixmaster, which is very like compact, and like as far as like I could tell, the only parts you can actually see in it from his robot mode is really just his hands, which is not a big deal. And he rolls because he has wheels. Nice silver paint for the grill, the bumper, front bumper, Decepticon symbol. Purple for the windows. You got the mixer here. You got this whole section here. And yeah, you got all this. I think that might be his gas tank. I think I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. That is the Actually, I have no idea. I'm not even gonna try to guess. I'm not gonna bore you guys. And for storage for his gun, honestly, you could put it up here. You could put it on the side. Take some working. I was gonna say if you could put it on the back, but probably not. Nope. Nope. Yeah. I kind of like it on top here. It's like the only port for his gun anyway. I never even showed like the paint on him. I'm sorry. Alright. That is also off, isn't it? Yeah, it is. There we go. Everything's off today. You only got a little purple for his windows here, for the cab. Little paint on the sides, and that's really it. So that's kind of another reason why I didn't even bother showing the paint on him. I feel like for the smaller ones, they didn't really bother to paint them. They just did mostly plastic. That's the thing with Studio Series. They don't really do much paint. They focus on more on detail, which is a good thing. It really is a good thing. I kind of wish they would focus on paint too. But hey, it is what it is. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. But I got all that going on. I'll do some comparisons with... Actually, I won't do comparisons. I'll do the whole Constructicon group, and that's going to take me a minute. Alright. Oh, that took a minute. But for you, it took a second. Let's get them all in here again. Get that. That guy, and this guy. And we get them all in there. Look at that. I wish let's space them out a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I didn't put the trailer on him because I have the trailer transformed to the combined mode right now. And I was like, I might show Devastator in this anyway. And I might as well just leave it on combined. Or I might not. I don't know. I could do it longer. Yeah, I might. But you got that going on there. Let's do that. The whole Constructicon crew in their vehicle modes. And I don't know about you, but I kind of want to form Devastator right now. I think I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Alright, so I might... Yeah, I'll just show you how to form them all into Devastator. And I guess I should show you the trailer, huh? I know I showed you in a different video, but it's a good idea to show you all right now. Let me do that. Let me transform the trailer back into their trailer. This will take me a second. Alright. I don't know why that's keep on tabbing off, but it does. Anyway, we got the trailer. And this does not want to stay on for the life of me. Oh, it's doing this. It's good. It could be because I'm putting some pressure on it. But we got the trailer now, and really we start with the trailer. That's what I would do. So let's start with the trailer. We take these wing pieces off, put them over to the side here. Take the center piece off. Put it over to the side. Take these hands, or that, yeah, hands over to the side. And right now, what you do here, I like doing this part first. You don't have to, but I like clipping that in first, and then I undo this loveliness. Do that. Then you, nope, other way. Sometimes I get it messed up. And you just add that all in. You unclip this bit. Then yeah, do that. Get that all settled up. Put his crotch plates down. And then there you go. You got that whole section done. Put it over to the side. Let's start with the feet. So let's put them over to the side over here. And put these guys over to the side over here. Start with the feet. Take the gun off first. Start with Scrapper. Alright, so what are you going to do with him? I know I showed you guys in the video, but we're just going to do it again. Just so you get it all in at once. And yeah. Alright, so you bring the bucket forward. You take this small piece here, you clip it there. I think it's for extra support, really. It doesn't really help me out, but if it helps you out, then great. We like it when things help you out. Undo these. Rotate this. And then what it shows you in the instructions, you rotate these and then you bring them out. And then you do it on the same side. I don't like doing it, but I'm just going to leave it that way. And you undo this bit and you rotate this whole section here like so, and then there you go. So just for the moment, leave it unclipped like so. You can leave that bit in, but leave this other leg unclipped. There you go. You got the first leg all did. And then him, I love turning this one into his leg. This is fun. So you unclip this bit on the top. Mine's a little tight, so it's there you go. And then it has hinges, so you bring it all the way up. And then it clips in. There's tiny tabs right there. And it tabs. Oh, maybe it doesn't tab in. Those are just there for, oh, just to fit in there. Never mind. Thought it tabs in. Guess not. Oh no, it does. It does. I just didn't see it. So there's slots there, and there's tabs all throughout here. And it tabs up here. And then if you get it lined up properly, which I probably didn't. Nope, I did not. There you go. Then get it all tabbed in. There you go. And then, and then you bring these out. Then you bring these down. Get them all tabbed back in. If you can. Yeah, bring these all the way down if you want to do that. Then you bring these out for extra support. And then in the instructions, it tells you to unclip these and then just bring them out. Which I understand why they do that. I just kind of wish they clipped in somewhere else a little bit. But the reason why they tell you to do that is for the ankle tiltage. Otherwise, if you had those in there, you could break the arms easily. Just wanted to make sure you knew. Then you just bring this out, and that makes some clearance. You got the legs all settled up, so we'll put these off to the side. Now, let's do the arms next. Why not? You got the arms. Other side, other way. Let's do bone crusher first. Excuse me. Sorry. Alright, so get it like this. Undo these. Bring this whole section out. You bring this flap down. You bring it in. Then you bring this one in. Like so. And then you just tab this in. Then there you go. Get all that done. Was it this one? I think it might have been this one. You bring this in. And you bring this out. Yep, sure was. It was this one. And then you just tab this all back in here. And there you go. You got an arm. All settled up. Now with Scavenger, you bring this whole section up here. Oh, I just moved the camera. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on. There you go. I accidentally bumped the camera with my foot. You bring these up like so. Just do a split there. You bring this whole section up. It's not tabbed in or anything. Just bring it up like so. Then you bring these back in, like so. And then on this side, you bring this flap down. It's the same thing on Bone Crusher. Bring this in, and then you bring this out. And then there you go. You got that all tabbed in. And then with the whole arm here, just bring this up and then tab the other hand on. Alright. Make sure this purple flat piece stays up. And then there you go. You got that. You got both arms all done. We'll put these over to the side. Okay. And now you gotta do these two. Start with Lawn Haul. For his combined mode, it's honestly either way, it's fine. In his robot or truck mode. Do that. Get that out of the way. Untab this bit here. Bring the arms up. Tab this bit here. Untab this. If I can. There you go. Get that up. And then you bring this down. Tab all that together. Bug in my face. Then you bring this over here. You tab these together. And then you rotate his arm this way. And then it'll tab together. Like so. And then there's a tab that will go right into the slot. Onto the side here. If I can retab this. There you go. And that. And then do the same thing on the other side. If I can. And do that. And there you go. You got that whole section done. And this one. I like to remove this just to get out of my way. Alright. And then you bring his arms out like so. And then you bring his feet down like so. Then yeah. You do this. Slide that forward. Or to the side. Either way. Then yeah. Pretty sure. Oh, you raise this part up, his head, then you unclip. Sometimes I get that messed up. You bring his wrists in. You bring this flap out right here. Then you just bring this all the way around, and then you clip in. And then you tab his head down. Then you can put these back. And then you put this arm back up, like so. You leave this one down. Then on the side here, you raise this up, like so. Put this up, then do that. Clip it back down. Then with this one, you just bring it out, clips in. Then you rotate his head. And then you raise this up, and then you bring this flap out. And then you have his head. Yeah, let's go ahead and just put this together. Don't have to worry about it later. So, I know I've showed you this before, but I'm going to show you again. There is a tab there. It will connect to this one. A slot there. Tab to here. Slot here. Will tab to there. A tab here. Go to here. And a slot here and it'll tab to there. Let's go ahead and do all that. Do that. Then, oh, no, make sure you don't burn that down. If I can get that closed in, like so. Get that one in there. And there you go. Get that, you got that looking I actually never combined it like this. That's funny. Anyway, that's making me laugh. That's funny. Anyway, oh, you can put this back on after you're done with it. Let's go ahead and just, yeah, and then to put this together, this whole section just slides up there, and these two nooks here goes into these slots here on the back, right there. You just combine all this. Oh, that's alright. I'll put it back in a minute. Then do that. And yeah, just get that all nice and tabbed in. Never put it on that way, but there you go. Get that all going on. Let's bring the arms and the legs together. Get the legs there, and then you got the arms here. Let's do the legs first. So on Scrapper, it slides into this little section here. Sorry, it's gonna be, if I can just get that out of my way for a second. Slide that on here like so, and then it tabs it back on. So this tab here goes onto there, if you can see it, right, or the slide goes onto that tab like so. If I can align it, and then you bring this back down, and then you make sure you bring this forward, and then there you go. And then this one's simple as well. Well, this one's simpler than that. So you got this whole section here, and you got the whole opening here. It just slides on like so, nice and secure. And then you just bring this down. There you go. You got the legs all did. All right. So for his arms, let me raise you up for a minute. Hold on. Let me raise you up if I can. You just saw my mini fridge for a second. Alright. Yeah, that's my mini fridge. Don't worry about that. I gotta stand up for this. Oh, okay. So, if I don't cover the light, there is a slot here. So on the arm, there is a tab there, or sorry, that's a tab, that's a slot. It'll tab into that. Then you just bring, I gotta sit down again. Then you just slide this whole section back on, like so. Then you make sure that tabs in, and then there you go. And then it's the same on the other side. It's just it's opposite a little bit. See, right there. And then you just slide that on, like so. If you do that, and then make sure it's all tabbed together. Oh, it's off. Hold on. Yeah, because it didn't tab in. It didn't tab in right. There you go. And then you tab that in. And then there you go. You got that all done. And then take these pieces, and then you bring that, tab that on right there, and then you tab that on right there. And then, sorry, a little out of breath. I like to do it this way. It tabs, so there's these things here that could tab onto Long Haul's belly, or Devastator's belly, I should say. If you do it right, and it's aligned properly, if everything's on properly, it should just tab on. So there's these tabs on the wings here that goes into slots on the side of each shoulder, or would you call it? Yeah, I would say shoulder. The shoulders of Devastator. Just raise that up. Now, if everything's aligned properly, which it is, it will fit. And you got the whole Devastator figure, and I just moved it a little bit again. Let's just bring this down a little bit, get a little more of him captured, like so. There you go. There you go. Oh, I really like this figure. Oh, I love this figure. And you can put all the guns on there. It's in the instructions, but I didn't bother to look at that because honestly, I don't think I'm going to do that when I'm displaying him. But he's a great figure. Honestly, he was definitely worth waiting for. Oh wait, there's one more piece to him, and I don't bother with it, but I leave it in a little box over here. Hold on. I got that piece, and then where's the other one? So, no. Of course, I'm a dummy. There you go. Alright. Sorry about that. His gun. Got the whole gun. I completely forgot about it. Tab that on. I don't bother with it because it's really loose on his hands. But you got that all going on there. And if you wanted to, you can do that. You could do that whole thing there. I really like this figure. If you guys are deciding to get all the Devastator pieces and want the combined figure, I say go ahead. It's a really great figure. I really love it. It was definitely worth waiting for. And yeah. As far as updates for Superion, I do have the whole figure. I do have everything. I just haven't made videos for him yet. I wanted to do Devastator since I got the last piece of him today. Yeah. But basically, that's it for the Devastator figure. I do have upgrade kits coming in for him for pieces not for Devastator specifically, but for like Lawn Haul, Scrapper, all the individual guys. It does help out with this combined mode little by little, and I'll show you that once I get them. But basically, this is all. And I really love this guy. I hope you guys do. Like, subscribe, leave a comment to see what I could do better. And yeah. I really appreciate you just spending your time watching this video and using your time to give me some advice. I would really love that. This is Devastator Studio Series 86 from Transformers the movie. Bye-bye. Bye.